Well, I am spending this time to care for myself. And I will probably take a big fat nap after this video. But I came across a term, in fact, a couple of terms that I thought were interesting and worth sharing. And I'm going to make a video about it. I'm like burnt out, but I still have energy to dance and laugh. I guess that's good. You know, it's bad when you like can't even smile. Like, don't get to that point, guys. Don't burn yourself out to the point where you just can't even smile. Actually, no, that's sometimes that's necessary too. God knows I've been there. But I learned the term emotionally hungry. Emotionally hungry? Are you emotionally hungry? I know, I feel like I've been emotionally hungry for most of my life. I think that's why, seriously, it's one of the root causes why we have been codependent and people pleasers. We were emotionally hungry. I don't know why I think that's so fucking funny, honestly. You know, because most people, oh my god, if you think about it, oh man, I can't even like express this in words, like this jolt of information I just got. Something about like, you know how people are so hyper focused on like consuming things physically, like whether it be like eating, like literally people are fucking addicted to eating. Why? There's so many addictions out there too. That's a whole nother like can of worms that I don't know that I want to get into. But if you think about everything is like, I feel like we're addicted. We're addicts, dude. Like, you know, we think like to be an addict, it's just like drugs or something. Like, oh, he's an addict because he like does drugs, or like, you know, consumes an excessive amount of alcohol on a regular and consistent basis. That's what we like attribute addiction to. But addiction is also eating, like food. You notice how people like are like is deifying the right word? Exonerating mukbangs. You know, honestly, I didn't know what the fuck a mukbang was until I looked it up. Do you guys know what that is? When people have like this excessive amount of food and they're just like pigging out on it, and then people are videotaping themselves, and I don't know, people think that's like, we're glorifying mukbangs. What? And then we're glorifying, like, I don't know, we can be addicted to people, like other people, because they make us feel a certain way. You know, addicted to food, to retail, you know, buying things, just buying things we don't need in order to, I don't know, like gratify the senses and regulate the senses momentarily, you know, down to like consumption of like information. You know, I'm down to taking a toke on the vapey, you know, we're fucking it. I'm addicted to beverages currently. I'm also addicted to napping, you know, anything to numb the pain temporarily, you know, because they're emotionally hungry. Even like the whole like the habits, we're addicted to habits, you know, but we don't talk about this stuff. Like, we're addicted, like, isn't like anything that is done in a consistent manner a habit? And depending on the habit, or maybe the habit is the consistent habit is an addiction. You know, it's an addiction, guys. Anything to numb ourselves from the pain of feeling whatever we're feeling now, you know. I feel like social media is addictive, highly addictive, you know. You know, media in general is addictive. Porn is so prevalent. Violence, you know, the news, social media. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Okay, please grant me grace because I am very, very, very low on energy today. So I'm definitely not at my peak my performance. Like I'm not like 100%. Okay, I'm like 30%. But I have given myself time to rest so that I don't get down to 20 or 10 or 0. You know what I'm saying? But where was I going with this? Oh, emotional hunger. I feel like a lot of us, I know this isn't a funny topic, but seriously guys, I don't know why. I think life is paradoxical, and I am definitely paradoxical. Because like, I don't know, I just find a lot of things that I should be unhappy about pretty funny. I don't know if that's a coping mechanism, but hey, I would rather, you know how like laughter is healing? I'd rather laugh about it than like just be like all blah about it. I mean, sometimes I'll take time to be blah, but then I'll like eventually just like think about things and go, oh my god, this is fucking hilarious. But on a serious note, I think emotional hunger is the root cause to a lot of the dysfunction that we as human beings have been operating in for most of our lives. I think when we were younger, through no fault of our caretakers, because they didn't know any better, they were just operating off of a schematic that was outdated, and that's all they knew. I just feel like everybody's been emotionally deprived because we've been like so focused, hyper-focused on fulfilling and maintaining our physical needs. Have you guys seen the monkey experiment? Oh, it's if you're really sensitive, it might hit like a really, I don't know. I will link the video below, but watch at your own discretion. It was basically about a monkey, cloth monkey experiment. Where like this baby monkey was placed in like, I don't know, in space, and it was given 2 options. A monkey with food and a monkey that just had like a cloth on it. And by the way, these monkey mothers were not monkeys. They were just like steel racks or something. It was weird. Like the people in the 50s or 60s were doing some fucking funky experiments. I'm sure they're doing funkier experiments now that we don't even know about. But anyway, yeah, so like the baby monkey was given the choice to choose food or, you know, like being coddled in a cloth, you know, like being hugged. And the monkey, like, I want to say 80 to 90% of the time went to the cloth monkey. Like, it didn't want the fucking food, the physical food. It wanted to be, like, held, you know. So I think we've been emotionally deprived and hungry for most of our lives. And that's why we operate the way we operate. You know, you have 2 people on opposing ends of the spectrum. One being us, being like, oh, if I give you love, maybe I will get love. And then others that just, you know, like siphon love, you know, and nobody's winning. Everybody's losing, you know. And that's why I'm just like, I'm just like, oh my God, I've been emotionally hungry for most of my life. So how do I remedy this? You know, because, you know, I think you and I both have tendencies to conflict resolution right away. You know, because for me, it's like, it's all about conflict resolution. If a problem occurs, an issue arises, what are we going to do to get through this to maintain harmony and balance again, you know? So I'm just like, oh my God, I've been emotionally hungry for most of my life. Okay, that makes sense why I've been, you know, doing all these things, participating in all these addictions and habits for most of my life. Like, how do I problem solve this? And I'm just like, okay, well, I can't depend on someone else to emotionally feed me, especially if they can't even feed themselves. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to emotionally fulfill my own needs so I'm not hungry or dependent on others. You know, I feel like, and then if you meet someone who is also on the same journey, then you guys can co-regulate and be interdependent versus codependent or hyper independent, which is like totally like, I don't know if you ask me, codependency and hyper independency are like the same thing on opposing spectrums, but it's definitely not balanced. You know, the balance point is interdependency. And that's what I guess is my next lesson in the life that I am trying to work towards. You know, and then like if you meet somebody who is hyper independent, it's just like, you can't help them. They don't think they have a problem. They think they're fine figuring it out on their own. And, you know, the universe will give them situations and lessons for them to burn out to a point where they have to like get to a point where like, oh my God, this isn't working. I need to like make a change. But until then, you can't change them. I've figured that out. Codependent people, I don't know. Codependent people, like people who are just giving love and giving love, I feel like they're doing it right. They're doing it right. It's just they need to learn how to manage that in a way where they don't overextend into this realm of people, you know, because then they'll hurt themselves. So it's almost, you see that though? You see the balance point? And then the opposing spectrums, the codependent and the hyper independent. You see how if this one turned this way, he would be balanced or she would be balanced, and if this one turned this way, he would be balanced. Yeah, dude, it's about balance, period. That's all we want. We want balance. We want healthy, balanced, interdependent, co-regulating relationships. I'm gonna put that out there. Boom. And until then, I'm gonna work on myself, you know, so I can be that person for myself, and I can be that person for others. Anyways, this video was purely food for thought, you know. Are you emotionally hungry? And what have you been doing to cope with that? And are your coping mechanisms still valid, or do you need to go back to the drawing table and reassess? That is the question. Anyways, yeah. I hope you are having the most beautiful day ever, darlings. And until next time, be well, take care, and blessings to one and all. Amen.